try to make you look guilty. Pierce, or your damned cousin, are capable of doing it." Gavin shrugged into his coat. "It's easier to believe that I'm a murderer than that I'm the target of a vast, complicated conspiracy. You're no murderer. I didn't kill Alex, but there are other lives on my conscience. Maybe divine justice is catching up with me. Defending your life and protecting others isn't murder. The so-called evidence that you were responsible for Alexandra's death is absurd. It's strong enough to hang an upstart Scottish-American merchant, especially a merchant who had angered powerful men. Given the circumstances, it's not hard to build a case for me wanting to rid myself of an inconvenient wife. No one who saw you look at Alex would believe that." Gavin's throat tightened. His friend was perceptive. "Even if I'm acquitted, it won't bring her back." "Don't give up on me, damn it!" Kyle snapped. "There's no point in hanging for a crime you didn't commit." The door opened and the warders returned, accompanied by 4 guards who'd come to take the prisoner to his place of trial. Surrounded, Gavin descended the tower stairs and walked out in the rain to reach a waiting carriage. Kyle stayed with him, his silent presence a comfort. In a world gone mad, at least one man believed in Gavin's innocence. As the carriage left the tower precincts, a group of onlookers shouted, "Wife killer!" and "Hang the bloody bastard!" Stones rattled off the sides of the vehicle. Gavin's gaze was caught by a group of 3 men, better dressed than the rest of the mob. The 3 who most wanted him dead. Barton Pierce, face weathered and expression like granite, who'd nursed his hatred for years. Philip Elliot, who had the most to gain if Gavin was hanged. Major Mark Colwell, who'd felt that only a soldier deserved Alexandra. Did any of them have triumph in their eyes? Impossible to tell in the rain, but all would dance on his grave when the time came. He turned away from the window, expression grim. His life had begun spinning out of control the day he met Alexandra. Who could have guessed that his desire to help a woman in distress might lead him to the gallows? Book 1. The Price of a Woman's Life. Chapter 1. The East Indies, Spring, 1834. The silence woke her. No screaming wind, no groaning timbers, no pounding waves trying to crush the ribs of the ship. Scarcely able to believe the Amstel had survived the storm, Alexandra Warren carefully detached herself from her sleeping 8-year-old daughter, untied the ropes she'd used to secure them in the bunk, and stood. Every inch of her body felt bruised from the battering they'd endured. She had stayed awake for 2 days and a night, but finally fallen into exhausted sleep, cradling Katie protectively in her arms. The porthole over the narrow bunk showed a lightening sky. Dawn must be close. The ship appeared to be anchored in a large, quiet bay surrounded by rugged hills. Eagerly she opened the porthole so fresh air could dispel the cabin's staleness. The warm, spice-scented breeze caressed her face like a blessing. Alex gave a prayer of thanksgiving for their survival. Though she'd hidden her fear from Katie, she'd believed the Amstel was doomed and that she'd never see England again. At 20, she'd been eager to accept Major Edmund Warren's proposal. Her father, stepfather, and grandfather had all been army officers, and as a child she'd followed the drum through the Peninsular Wars under the watchful eye of her mother. What could be more natural than to marry Edmund, both for himself and for the adventures she'd find as his wife? Though Edmund had been a decent husband, the raw new land of Australia had offered more suffocating snobbery than adventures, and Alex had missed her home and family far more than she'd expected. Having a child had intensified that, for it saddened her that Katie had never met her grandparents, uncles, aunts, or cousins. Mama